This is our series of videos where we live stream us watching us from back in the day. And today we'll be watching us from 2010. We're watching a progressive video series where we traveled around the world from 2009, 2010, and into 2011. And we are into like our 9th country or something on this trip. We are in South Korea, and we will be watching those videos for the first time ever. I edited them, of course, way back in the day, and it turns out Katie edited some of them as well, and we didn't even remember that you edited them.
Oh, yeah.
But this is like 13 years old at this point.
I called somebody like a weirdo or something, and then we decided that I probably shouldn't be in charge of editing things. Yeah.
There's a video that I'm editing right now that I'm leaving something in that I think I'm going to regret.
Is it something?
No, something I said. I was like, oh, I don't know if I should talk about that. People will see that later.
Virtuous cycle.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and helping us in this virtuous cycle.
So the first thing that we're going to do is take a look at, please work. Yeah, it worked. Okay. We're going to take a look at a map here and get an idea. If
you get really excited, it actually makes me nervous at how quickly the downhill's coming.
Oh, it's on its way.
That's how I felt. I felt no joy in that.
We need to do this so that we're both in the shot. That's the one thing to remember.
You gotta move over.
You don't really have to move over, but you can if you want. Oh, look, there, it broke.
Wow, that was harsh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just gotta buy a new cable. Anyways,
still moving over.
So yeah, the trip so far, I'm going to do it really fast. We flew from Virginia. We went down to Costa Rica. We spent some time in Costa Rica. Then we flew over to Thailand. And we did a loop through Thailand like this and came down here like this. And it spent 3 months there and then crossed the border into Malaysia and spent a few weeks in Malaysia and then went down to Singapore and got engaged. And then we flew down to Indonesia. And we did some stuff in Indonesia here, and then we went over here, and we truckled around on a little island called, what's the name of the island? I can't remember it. It's like, it's not Flores, the island of Flores. And we did a motorcycle trek back and forth across Flores, and we saw some dragons. And then we went back over here and we did some more stuff on this island in Indonesia. And then we flew back up to Thailand. And we went up through Laos, spent a month in Laos, did all the stuff up here, got really cold, went through a cave, came down here, did Cambodia for a few weeks, saw some stuff, came over here to Bangkok. Then we flew up to Hong Kong, spent some time in Hong Kong, got a driver's license, went over to Macau, which is right here, and then spent a little bit. Got a pork biscuit. Then we went up into China, saw some people selling dog meat, and then went all the way up here and spent some time around this beautiful lake, did some Shanghai, went up to Beijing, saw a lot of really rude people.
Wow, Beijing's real north.
Yeah, it is really far up there, isn't it? And then we flew down into Korea, and we spent some time in Seoul. Then we went over here to the coast, and we worked our way down the coast to Busan. Then we went down to Jeju.
I was just there.
We were just there again. When we went down to Jeju, and then we flew up to Seoul, and then we went all the way down here. And I believe where we're going to be picking up is moving our way back up north to Seoul, and then it'll be the final videos that we filmed during that time in Korea. And then next week, we'll be picking up watching ourselves for the first time ever in Japan, which is going to be full of cringe.
Oh, so much cringe.
It's going to be
I didn't even think
cringe.
About that. But what I did think about and giggle when you went through all that was me and that old man being really drunk together and me yelling at him. That tickles so good.
So what I just did, this map thing, you're going to have to do it one day. So you got to remember everything in order. Can you do it?
I got distracted like halfway through it. There was like a rainbow of text and I was like, what does that say? So,
Let's see if I can make this brighter. I don't know if it needs it. Oh, now it looks like we're telling ghost stories.
Yeah,
like
I'm a bit worried about...
lights coming out of your snooter.
It's a virtuous cycle of...
Snooter
light.
Our headphones are down here.
In my butt.
Yeah, they're in your butt.
Okay.
I think it's happening when I'm moving.
Yes, it's definitely due to movement. Oh, you're red.
Let me just
green.
Move it. But it doesn't do it when I move it on purpose. It's just like when I don't want it to happen is when it happens. But when I'm trying to do it, it doesn't move it.
Hello, earliest bird.
Okay. So we're going to be picking up, I don't even remember what video it is that we're going to be watching.
Just one is good.
But let's get into it. Temp. Us watching us. Okay, so Jeonju is where we're going to be picking up from. So that is going to be here. So last week we were like down in this area, and we're making our way back up to Seoul. And if anybody has forgotten, the reason that we're doing this weird Seoul back down in Seoul is because we had to go to an Indian embassy to get a visa to get to India so we could buy a plane ticket to go to Japan. It's the whole thing. Listen for the bonk.
I have no bonk. Bonk.
Bonk. Let me know if y'all heard the bonk.
You hanging out with Johnny Appleseed Pony?
I used to throw W's all the time. I need to do that more.
Yeah, you gotta throw the O's.
Throw the O's.
We have traveled from Jeonju to Jeonan, which all those pronunciations are probably really bad. We're at Maesun Provincial Park. Good job. Good job at knowing the country. We're climbing up a mountain at the moment, 685 meters, and this park, its nickname is Horse Ears Mountain because the mountains look like this. There's one peak and two peaks. We're going to the larger of the two peaks, which is a lot of stairs, but taking it in stride, finding some bug friends along the way and some ponies. So things are going pretty good. I forgot he was bleeding from the neck.
So this pony has got a crack in his neck and the water leaks.
I'm gonna fix this pony.
How rewarding is that?
It's pretty fucking rewarding. Eric says that I should vent my frustrations here, so I'm gonna do that. So, rode on a bus to get here that cost $8 for the two of us. Then that bus dropped us off. We picked up another bus that cost $2 more. Thus far, we spent $10 to get to this park. At the park, I kind of expected that you wouldn't have to pay anything other than parking, but we had to pay to get in, which was another $4. So thus far, we've paid $12. Started walking up the stairwell to get to here, and of all the things that they said you could do here, which one was climb the mountain, two, there's also a cave, and both of these have signs posted here. You can't really see them. One's right there and another one's right here. It says, you know, they're this far away. Go. Well, for the cave, you walk up about half the distance it says you're supposed to go, and it's just chicken wire across the path, so you can't get by anymore. So can't go do that. And for the to walk up the mountain, they put a gigantic sign. This is actually kind of funny, so I'm gonna go over here and show you this. They've put a gigantic sign that shows the path that you would take to go up the mountain, but you can't take it anymore. So here's the path up the mountain, but they've put a big sign in front of the stairway. They put this here, and they put all this in front of it so you can't go up it. I went up it. I climbed up on that side. Went over. Once you get to the end of this walkway over here, it just turns into a path in the woods, and if Eric's not going to go with me, I'm not going to go through a path in the woods on my own. I'm not trying to die and then him freak out. So we've just been sitting here watching locals come up and see if they go anywhere, because it would be nice to do any of the things that they promised we'd be able to do. It looks like Cuscotopia.
It does look like Cuscotopia. Yeah, it seems a little weird that they would not tell you at the admission point when you were paying that things were closed, but maybe they are. It's in Korean and we didn't know. I mean, I don't know. But if the locals are walking up confused.
So some older Korean women came by and while we were up there, so we decided to follow them wherever they went. What am I looking at? The other side of the
It's a pony ear.
Wow. We had taken up, and we've ended down here, which is at the bottom of the mountains, but it looks pretty cool. They're quite big.
What am I hearing? Is it the neighbor's kid yelling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
This one's bulbous. Baby turned like 2 or something.
Yeah.
I gotta sneeze.
Oh, look. Yeah, it says Uma, Mimi. Do you see it?
Yeah, but I don't know what the third
Yeah,
one
the
is.
third one is a little bit ambiguous. It would be San. It's probably mountain. Yama.
Yeah.
And
I
then
see it.
Toll, it's like you see that kanji with pagoda. The next one. And then the last one is Teta for temple.
As I said, Koreans really love to stack stuff. And these are some of the largest stacks I've ever seen.
It's cool.
So sometimes when you walk past the point of disappointment, you might find something better. It's going pretty good so far.
Do you remember these puppies?
No. These are insignificant puppies.
They look different than dogs here. That was the whole episode.
Wow.
Yeah. This next one should be about twice as long. And we're going to be in Deajeon, which is
Sounds
this.
like a mustard.
Yeah, Dijon. Yeah, the mustard place. So we're going to be having gone up there. And the thing that's funny, I don't remember anything about moving between these two locations or anything. I don't remember how we got around in Korea except for a couple of times. Like, we're on a train, we're on a bus. I don't know. It's lost to time.
It's definitely lost to time.
We're just kind of wandering around looking for a place to stay, which is, what we do every time we get into a new town. And in Korea, if you see the word hotel or motel or something in English, it's usually a pretty bad sign. It usually means it's pretty expensive. So we look for this little symbol. It looks like steam coming out of a bowl of soup or something. For some reason, that means a motel, hotel. And then we go in and we hope that it's a reasonable price. So basically, we're just looking for no English and a little steamy bowl of soup. And that tends to be the places that are reasonably priced. This area doesn't have very...
So that was like what we made as our way of understanding that thing. And we went to Korea this time. We created man with horse or man with cow. For the milk items. Things like that just get created in Korea.
Hotels to choose from. So we're gonna hop on a subway system and we're gonna go get off at a random stop and hope that they have hotels there. So this is like in the subway. It's a bunch of like really old people like jamming out to this lady here in the blue, and she's like singing and dancing around. I'm not sure what's going on, but the average age of the attendant is probably about 140. We're another restaurant where you grill your own beef. And these little pieces of beef are like steak. They're really, really, really good, like the cut themselves. And Katie has got an affinity for doing things like this. She's very happy. She wants to cook all of it.
Wow, that's a big change from how you feel about it now.
Well, this is where I'm discovering that if you fuck it up, then you ruined your food. This is where I'm discovering that.
And things are going well, except for this piece of garlic here. It looks like he may have gotten a bit too much sun.
It's toasted. Smells good.
We're Korea's second game for the World Cup. They're playing Argentina.
Wow, look at all the lights.
Do you remember what happened here?
They lose.
But do you remember what happened like regarding us?
Oh, we got interviewed.
Yeah, by a newspaper or something.
Yeah.
And all those little blinking lights are their horns. And this is the game. And I don't know what's going on over here, but Katie's being interviewed.
Oh, we've got it on camera.
While we were at the Korea versus Argentina game, a lady came up to me and asked if she could interview me for her magazine. And I said, yeah. We talked for a little while and then she went away. And I wrote her an email because she gave me her card and just told her if she had any more questions to let me know. And she told me that she's already published us in the newspaper, and she sent me a link to the article on their website. So that's a little strange. We are in the news. It's pretty cool. The lady was really nice. She wrote me a nice email, and pretty cool. We are in the newspaper. We has article about us. I love Korea.
All right, in 1993, they had the World Expo here, and we are at the Expo Park, which is still apparently a something to be had. And this is what we got. There's a lot of stuff here, like amusement rides and stuff.
This shit bothers me.
What?
This like momentary zealous building for something that's
And then it
just
dies.
gonna become defunct.
Yeah. If it's
bothers
used,
me.
yeah, I totally agree with you. It depends on like if it continues to be used properly or if it just like falls into disrepair.
I think we're setting ourselves up for
Disrepair.
disrepair.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It can be it can be
Let's see.
problematic.
Let's see.
And there's this like edutainment stuff. And there's this fellow that looks like an Asian Barack Obama.
Ooh.
Be like, banana phone, and then it comes out of his mouth kind of. And then you've got this thing here where you spin this really fast.
Show the thing.
If you spin it enough, water will come out of that tube, but I think I spun it in the wrong direction. And then you've got this thing.
You suck at this.
It's like a big weight or whatever. And then you go over here and there's this hand. You see that? You spin that.
What are you talking about? This is great.
And I've edutainmented a lot on this. I know a lot now. And then there's this thing. Right? It's got these 4 little squares. And if you get on one of them, you jump on it. It squirts water. I don't know why. And then there's this. And you turn these things. And all this crazy stuff happens. That's really not that entertaining.
Oh, that face.
Katie didn't press the button. But wait for it. Wait for it. We'll come back to this in a second. And you got these out of tune metal.
There's nothing to hit them with.
But they really haven't done a very good job, I'll be completely honest. But maybe this is what it was like in the early 90s. How are we doing on the Cyclone? It's getting there.
I mean, I couldn't build this. I'm a little overtly. I feel like I'm feeling a little spicy here.
There you go. Katie is in the Cyclone.
It's kind of cool.
Look at that, kids. How fun is that?
I actually quite like it.
She likes it. And you got this little bridge and these little characters. Whoa, the bridge makes noise. I didn't expect noise.
That was one of my finest videos ever.
I hope it ends. What the fuck? Get down with your bad self. Look at him. He's so great.
She's dying over here.
Two more. This is way more impressive than the puppies. Oh, he bowed. That was slamming.
Now you won't be able to see it on the screen, but this is a 3D,
Gotta pause it.
and you don't need glasses for it. I assume this is
You're not pausing it.
What did you say? Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you.
You wrote robot in there.
Yeah, I know. I know. You gonna make it? You alright?
Okay, so I think in this us watching us thing, I've hardcore laughed like 3 times. Oh, that was a good one. Did you see that robot?
Yeah,
was really
good.
working for it. I don't know what he was working for, but whew. Oh, that was funny.
Hey, soft serve guy. Don't get fired. All right, let's get back into it.
Okay.
See it on the screen, but this is a 3D monitor, and you don't need glasses for it. I assume this is probably what Nintendo is using, that type of technology for their new handheld system. In
Yeah, this would have been before the 3DS came out.
this case, it's behind.
We'll stream later tonight, watching old videos I made in 2015. Do it. Start a trend.
glass, so it's kind of hard to see how well it works, but it's okay. It's not phenomenal. Hope Nintendo's looks better. So we got this digital microscope here.
Oh, that's cool. I put it in my beard.
Katie's
Yeah,
putting
we
it
had
on her
fun.
hand. Like do it on your arm or something. And it's hard to see.
Oh.
There you go.
If you ever wondered if I'm a ginger,
You're a ginger.
it's true.
It's pretty awesome. Look at the hairs.
They're orange.
And show this is what her ring looks like.
Whoa. I want a digital microscope. Are these things expensive?
That's what his tattoo looks like. It makes his skin look black. It's really kind of creepy. And then that's blue.
It looks like the beginning of Dexter.
Do the gold in the spaceship. I got it.
Yeah, I think we played with this for like a half an hour.
Looks real weird.
It's really strange. See what my beard looks like.
Whoa!
It's my beard. That's wild.
Wow, hold on. I want to see it go down. I want to see where one goes into the skin. Jesus Christ. Look how dry your skin is.
This expo park has been pretty weird. It's kind of like a ghost town. I'm not sure because it's like Friday afternoon instead of the weekend, or it's not summertime. Well, it's kind of summertime. I don't know. It's just, there's not anybody.
Thank you for the sub. Yeah, you get it this time.
Jeez. He's yelling right in my ear.
And some things are open and some things are closed down. And there's an amusement park, and not really sure what's going on in the amusement park, what the rides are functioning, most of them, and I don't know. It's peculiar, but it's been pretty fun actually.
People should refuse to build this.
We're talking about how fun it is. If it gets used by the community after its purpose, like, it's all good. But it's like that's the tricky part. And like, also, if they don't like mow down a bunch of people who live there or something, like displace a bunch of people to build stuff, that's also kind of sketchy for like Olympic parks and expos and stuff like that.
Microscope camera thing was pretty amazing, and so forth. This is how happy Katie is.
I hung out with a dinosaur.
You guys look like twins. All right, that was part 1. And let's fire into part 2. What about the new Olympic Jams in Tokyo? I don't feel like I'm educated enough to have an opinion about what is going on with those Olympic
Maybe we
parks.
should go over there.
I've been over there. It's like in the middle of the city. I just don't know if they're being used, I guess is what, you know what I mean? Like, they rebuilt some arena in the middle of the city, and then there's some stuff that's like out by the bay or something like that. I'm just not sure if it was a good. I'm generally anti-Olympics, basically. It's really what it comes down to. But in this case, I'm not
I
really
just
sure.
want to see what it looks like
Yeah,
at this point.
I'm really not sure. Have you done a tour of the Olympic Park in Tokyo? Yeah, I mean, I've been over there, but I haven't like specifically like done a tour. All right, same city, part 2. Really short.
The original plan was to get up and go hiking, but instead of doing that, we've been lazy and we've just come to a science museum that we were gonna come to yesterday, but we got distracted with some other like expo museum thing, yada yada yada. But anyway, there's robots.
Oh my
They're
god,
really
dance.
large robots.
Whoa, those are pretty dope.
Pretty nice. I'm hoping there's a button to turn one of them on. So you got this little mouse here, and then you've got his buddy, This giant scary warrior. What?
Chinese zodiac.
Oh, I guess it's a bull. So year of the rat, year of the tiger. Okay, it's a Chinese zodiac thing.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. This is for the dragon guy.
Where did we get that voice? Dragon guy.
I don't know. Ooh. I moved.
You did move.
No more moving.
I just don't want to have to buy a new cable.
That's awesome.
The inspiration. It's like Bobby.
All right, so Eric went to the store.
Ruh-roh.
He came back with whatever the fuck this is. Notice that the top is nice and pink, and the bottom is sludgy purple. We've seen this in the store. We don't know what it is. I don't know if it's alcoholic, but it does this. That's all that gunk coming to the top. That's fucking disgusting. And we're gonna have some right now, so here, take the camera. I think it's carbonated.
She's like a
Kick this back in one drink.
chug, chug, chug. It's like a lava lamp.
Sleeping outside.
Okay. It's definitely alcoholic.
Hey, Heather.
Ooh.
Thank you for the sub. 27 months. Look at that. 27 months.
It's impressive.
Hey, Al, can you ban that bot? Thank you.
It wasn't soju, it's makuri.
Yeah, but are we saying that right? Makuri? That's what we were
I'm saying
saying.
it in Japanese.
Let me smell it.
Or at least
It smells like yogurt.
It's like a milky alcohol or something.
It tastes like that wine in a box.
Who winked? Was that me? Is it good?
Finish it up.
I'm gonna take my sweet time. I'm gonna sit here and talk to Jesse about Bejeweled.
Is it yogurt?
Not really. Do you want to try some?
what's Bejeweled? I don't even remember what
It's some
Bejeweled is.
game? Or is it like when ladies put those things?
No, it's not.
It's a game, right?
Bedazzling or whatever. Yeah, it would definitely be a game. Bejeweled.
Oh, I know that. I
it's one of
recognize
these?
the. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's one of those things.
I did not get interested in that long enough. Okay.
Meta Rider, dude. Hey, thank you for the sub. Yeah, I got.
Wow. Old ass game. Yeah, these some old ass videos.
Gotta get that focus on the cock. You gotta get your cock in focus. Don't you talk to me or my son ever again. I never know what to do with footage like this when I have filmed it. I use like a short spurt of it. Oh no, I tend to not film things like this very long anymore.
So this is live television of a StarCraft game that's going on in Korea. This game came out in 1998. Why is this still a national obsession? What is wrong with these people?
That was kind of harsh. StarCraft, that's my jam. What's wrong with these people?
Bobby.
I've always meant to play it. I've actually always wanted to play it, but I never got around to it.
I don't even know what it really is.
It's like a real-time strategy game.
Where it was all the little people running across the thing, individual people.
No, like one person controls like units and stuff like that.
I see.
Yeah. It's kind of like Pikmin. Like Pikmin is anyway. not really that much.
That robot was great.
All right, so this is going to be the last video that we would have filmed in Korea during this trip, and we will be jumping back up to Seoul, spending the last few days in Seoul before we fly to Japan. This will be the last video we'll watch tonight, and then next week we'll be watching us in Japan. Like I said, that'll be full of cringe.
Ooh, indeed.
You see things like this all over the place in Seoul. It's like a thing for tourists, but it's just a map, and it's a touchscreen map. And it shows you where you're at, and sometimes you can move them around. And it shows you like restaurants and accommodation and just, things like that. It's pretty cool. Seems like another one of those things that wouldn't work in the States because somebody would.
I want to push the accommodation button now.
So here's some
It's a pony.
horse and buggy situation with
Wow.
lights on it.
Do those things still exist? I don't remember seeing them when we were in Korea this time.
Yeah, but we didn't spend very much time in Seoul.
But Busan isn't exactly a little like ramshackle nothing. You think if they existed, they would have been there too.
Different vibe.
It's not bad.
But yeah, we didn't see them.
Oh, this last one down here, that's impressive.
Blown up.
Doesn't seem happy, but damn. The Koreans are really proud of themselves and their culture and things they make, but they're not afraid to like enjoy things from other cultures. And this is a band from Mexico City playing salsa music. And there's a lot of people here that are just like here to kind of see what's what. And it's kind of cool to see that.
Am I right? Is that salsa music?
Weird about this.
Yeah, that sounded like salsa.
Now we got a Mexican band in Korea playing a Korean song.
Oh.
This is not that odd of a scene in Seoul. He's drunk himself into quite an evening.
What do they call that?
Sometimes you gotta step up. Your
This is Seoul Meltdown.
It's usually actually kind of uncommon. I mean, it's more common than it is in the States, but it's most of the time if you see somebody drunk, their buddy is with them, and they have a drunken buddy system that works pretty well here in Korea. But every once in a while, maybe his buddy is still in the bar or something. Who knows? One of the things that's striking about Asia is just how safe things are, especially in cities and stuff. There's not really any ghettos. There's not really not like what you think of in the States. It's not like gangs and things.
When we went back, we talked about this feeling, this atmosphere that you're sitting in right now, like the empty streets at nighttime with lighting that is sufficient enough to feel fine, but yet still kind of like dark. And there's this feeling that we both have about Seoul.
It feels
and maybe other Korean towns too.
I took a picture and I shared it on the internet this was when we were in Korea a couple weeks ago, of a scene kind of like this. And I mentioned that it felt a lot different than Tokyo. And a lot of people are like, it looks just like Tokyo to me, but it looks very different to me.
There's something different here.
Yeah, there's something really...
It's almost, I feel like it's more residential here, but yet still has like lighting and stuff that feels business.
Yeah.
There's some closer mixture of life and business in a way.
It's difficult for me to define it, but the vibe is very distinct. And I didn't feel it in Busan. It's a Seoul thing. Seoul has this feeling.
Things like that, like roaming the streets, like shooting each other for crack, all that doesn't really exist. So like I'm just kind of walking around down a dark alleyway at 10 o'clock at night, and there's not really anything to worry about except for getting hit by a motorbike. But you can hear them coming. It's strange. It's a lot different thought process than what you do have when at home. I mean, we live, between DC and Richmond, and if you wander around at nighttime in the streets in those cities, that's dangerous business. And if you're me and you wander around downtown Fredericksburg at night, you could get killed by a bum. So
It's true.
This is probably a lot safer than being home for me.
But then we could get a restraining order.
So this big flat screen, touch screen computer thing is in the subway, and you can email off of your phone a photograph of yourself or of whatever to it.
I cannot believe they would allow that. You could send like a dick pic or something.
And then it puts it up in all the subway stations. And this thing actually also acts as a subway map. That you can just move around.
I guess it doesn't come in English.
My brain's automatically trying to make that
Button for foreigners.
You are here.
You're here.
Tokyo.
Oh, the map.
not
The map
working.
layout. Oh, yeah.
Where's the Chuo line?
I remember the train system being really good there.
Oh yeah, there's a newspaper on here somewhere.
Oh, maybe not.
Sometimes you see people reading it. Here you go. There's the weather.
I wanted to see what the weather was going to be like tonight.
And that's all of South Korea and the weather. You can get movies and sports and finance information, real estate information. Here's the newspaper. And it's not in English, but...
It's cool, but it's useless now.
Okay, so getting an Indian visa has been a big headache, and the fact that we need an Indian visa to get into Japan so that we can have a ticket to go to India after Japan and all this nonsense has been a big mess for us. But, I mean, it all worked out. Everything's fine. Aside from being expensive, everything went great. And we got
I think it was like $100.
an Indian visa. So, how exciting is that? We're going to India. Periodically you see a little car that just is something that you would never see anywhere else. And from the front it kind of just looks like a normal little car. When you come around to the back, it's kind of weird. It's got
They had these in Japan.
not a trunk. And it doesn't really say what it is anywhere.
Is it a
on the car.
William?
It's like a mystery.
I think so.
Katie's confused.
It looks like an Xterra mixed with a VW bug.
Well, here you go, Kevin. This is the
This was awesome.
was
This was
fun.
really cool.
floor for the World Taekwondo headquarters. And we just kind of wandered in here, and there's nobody. The doors were just opened, and not really sure why we can just wander in here, but that's how it is. And this is what it looks like when it's empty. It's pretty amazing. Katie's on the green team, but I think I'm going to sit in the blue team. It's a little strange that you can just kind of wander around here. We were taking a picture like behind like the receptionist's desk, and we thought we were going to get in trouble because the security guard came up and he was like, "Oh, I'll take your picture with you for you, so both of you can be in it." This is pretty low security, but I suppose if you
They will.
act a fool, you probably get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like you're on the floor there. It's really
And
cool.
we took our shoes off so that you.
But I mean, we just like wandered in. It's like a really important building. I think they don't use this building anymore, but like at the time it was like functioning. It was like the thing. Like they would have taekwondo competitions and stuff.
So the way this is laid out, this is the, main arena or whatever, and then you come directly outside and there's offices. And that's the vice president's office, and he's having a meeting in there with some people.
The vice president of the taekwondo thing, not of Korea.
Why are you in here?
Yeah. Yeah, they were moving. They were moving or something.
Rush hour in Seoul can get the main lines of the metro system a little bit on the busy side, but this is the worst I've seen it in the week and a half, 2 weeks we spent in Seoul. So they've got their traffic situation in pretty good shape. It's about 5 o'clock or whatever, so everybody's getting off work. So it's not uncommon, you're walking along the ground and there's all these flyers. And yeah, it's like you go in there and you get you some business. And we are collecting flyers for Jesse.
He's gonna love this one.
Jesse's gonna love that business. This is the world.
All right, I need you to pay attention. Number one, Number one, we have many flavors. Number two, I think that the icing quantity is going to be much bigger than what we got in Busan. Number three, I want this.
And her Sailor Moon with the boobs is delicious.
Wow.
That's not censored.
Very good.
What?
So this is our last night in Korea.
That's all you got.
And it's kind of sad. Like,
We didn't film much back in the day, dude. It was just like whatever.
We've
here's
been
a
all up on that creek.
20 seconds or whatever. We didn't even eat it and show it or anything.
it's been pretty cool here, and we've had a chance to see a lot of the country because we've been here for like a month and a half or something. So it's a little bit of a bummer to be leaving, but we went and we got some of Katie's favorite chicken.
Oh god, it was freaking delicious. I'm really sad to be leaving that chicken hoff and maybe never coming back. They have salt and pepper there, and I have not been in control of my salt and pepper consumption in a very long time, so it makes everything better.
Is that all you've got to say about Korea?
No. And then we went to the waffle lady, and the waffle lady gave us waffles with delicious icing in them. Oh, and that was really good. That's another thing I'm gonna miss. But most of all, Korea's really cute. And I imagine that Japan's gonna get much cuter, but everybody in Korea is real nice, and it's a real pretty culture. Like, the people here look good. So it's gonna be sad to leave such good-looking, cute people. And all in all, I'd definitely come back to Korea
Do some hiking.
and do some more hiking. Getting good at it.
You want to demonstrate?
I don't want to show them the robot.
Show them the robot. She robots up the hills.
Hadn't morphed into Slowbot yet.
Old ladies. I watched how the old ladies do it, and that's how they do it. I just imitate them, and I seem to get a lot farther than trucking it. So,
Bye, Korea.
bye, Korea.
That's such a dramatic difference.
You went back. Yeah, I did.
Is there somebody in the yard? I just heard like a door slam.
Who dat?
It's that cat. It's a cat in the yard. He's always in the yard.
Cat is in the yard again.
Oh my god. Lately there's been a pigeon. There's nobody in the yard. All right. So that was the end of our
Korea adventure.
Korea adventure that time. However, we have been back 2 times since then. And as time passes, we will eventually be watching those videos in like 10 years when when it catches up to that. But I do have some photos that we can look at as well. And that was such a different mood than when we left China.
Oh yeah.
So different. And like that just like when we were in China, we were kind of worried like, oh, we've traveled too
Burnt
much.
ourselves
We burnt
out
ourselves
on just
out.
traveling in general.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. All right. Success. Pictures of Katie with those rock things. How did they even stack those ones in the background?
There's gotta be concrete in
Like,
there.
there has to be, right? Otherwise it would just fall down.
Yeah.
It looks cool. But like, look at that big heavy thing at the top. There's got to be some sort of structural engineering taking place. Hot
We've
glue.
gotta guess on hot glue. Hot glue.
Yeah, and those things they're really cool.
Magnets. And hot glue. And concrete.
This is a really cool, unique looking
I'm
structure.
giving the English one.
Oh yeah, that's bad news. You're throwing them the wrong way. It balances out. I'm giving the good ones.
Yeah, true.
Those are insignificant pups.
Insignificant pups. Gosh, I want that robot.
He looks okay. Look at his little nubbies.
It's quite nubby.
Isn't that amazing? I saw this picture when I was...
Every time I see Donkey Kong, that's how I really feel that way. And I never give him the proper respect to make him my favorite. He should be, and I think I know that, but I feel like if I go around telling people that Donkey Kong's my favorite, they won't get it. They won't get how much Donkey Kong makes me happy. And they'll just be like, that girl doesn't know anything or whatever. And I'm so sorry, Donkey Kong. People just don't respect you, and therefore you can't be my favorite.
Look at these babes he's like got jamming out.
Oh yeah, I'm in there. I'm like one of those girls.
Which one?
I'm probably the blonde one. I'm gonna
this
go
one?
With the blonde one.
This is how you would jam to Donkey Kong?
Yeah, that's how I'd jam. Who's the other guy?
I don't know. I don't think Funky Kong existed then, so maybe this is like Elvis Kong or something. He looks real cool. He looks real cool. Like he looks like if he hits the jukebox, it like plays the song he wanted.
Yeah. Oh, Panty Tree.
Panty Tree. I need to play Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. I've got it. I just haven't played it yet. I got the Kongs, man, the Congos. I should buy another set. They're really cheap. I could buy another set and we could play it together.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a World Cup game. They ended up losing this game, by the way. Funky Kong definitely existed in 2010. Was he really? He was in the OG SNES game? I didn't realize that. I thought he was like something they added recently. I like these crowd pictures.
He's also a Donkey Kong fan.
This guy?
No, Taco.
Oh.
That guy over there on the right?
Just like one person like looking right in the camera. This is a newspaper article. I guess I didn't pick a very good frame of this. But of note, like people's usernames and stuff.
Okay, there's Jamie, my mom, the house cat. I don't know who that's is.
Cat.
Clint.
Your friend Cat.
Oh. Will's in there. People's telephone numbers. You're in there. Oh, there's Lila. So I can see myself.
Or that's my
when you
username.
can message yourself.
Oh no, shitheads. That would be your username. That would be yours. Both of us probably have accounts logged in here.
Mm-hmm. I've categorized it as shitheads and good.
No, good is probably me, because that's Adam Bray. You wouldn't have been friends with Adam Bray.
Ah. And I just marked all my friends shitheads.
Yeah.
You recently got upset because in your description on Discord, I just put fucktard. I just realized I'm not supposed to say that word anymore. Damn it.
But not because of the half of the word you would assume.
Yeah. True. How the tables
fuck is fine.
Have turned.
Fuck is fine.
Oh yeah.
Good reenact. Did we ever figure out where the first reenactment was?
I think it's at that that concrete park. That
in Laos.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I don't know if you're supposed to do that. This is like some sort of religious pony with a crack in his neck.
I don't think it's a religious pony. I don't think it was religious.
I don't know. That pony looks like
I think this is just you're coming up the hill and you might die. Should probably give you some water.
It's a cool picture. Mm-hmm. What am I doing with my pants? I look like an adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
I look like a total knob. I hated those pants when I had them. They were just practical.
That's a pretty good reenactment.
It's such a struggle to do things. There we go. It's that, I guess these are kind of out of order. Because some of this seems like we looked at, yeah, these are definitely out of order. I understand all these news stories about American breaking ancient statues. Exactly, that's what Katie's doing.
I tried to help that horse.
Did I get sick during this visit to Korea? No, I don't think we did.
Mm-mm.
I think you had the sniffles at some point. Like you had a cold or something.
I think that was a while back.
Yeah. We've been to Korea 3 times, and I got sick only the most recent time.
I have to pee.
Uh-oh. I kind of have to pee too.
How much water did you drink?
A lot. Hey guys. We'll just talk about this. Speaking of, this is fine because this is Korea stuffs. But this is my new phone case, in case you haven't seen it. It's important to be aware of the phone case. Sometimes I'm on the train, and I make sure to hold it like this so people can see it, just like this. And I was holding it. I was using it normally, and there was this girl across from me, and she was like eyes locked on the case. She was like staring at it, like, "Am I seeing what I'm seeing?" Yes, ma'am. You've seen the best phone case ever made. I also updated my lock screen today to this little Tanuki Bro. And the thing that I like about it is look where the fingerprint reader is. Right on the peen. So I get to be like, boop. Pretty rewarding. So you know how I changed my lock screen today? Look where the fingerprint reader thing is.
Oh, it's right on the... Wow. That's indecent.
Watch when you push it. Watch the animation. Bloop. Like spirals around it. It's funny. All right. Anyway, let's get back into these pictures. Yeah, I'll finger a peen. I don't care. Yeah, these are all out of order. Eric needs to do better. This is the picture that was on the newspaper thing. We machine translated it, I think. So we kind of have like a rough translation of it. It's kind of a cool picture. I look like if I like hit a jukebox, it might play a song. Every time I see the camera, I'm surprised it's got that stand on the bottom of it. I just can't believe I don't remember it.
I remember it. And I think I definitely remember it breaking.
We had a break. It probably wasn't expensive knowing us.
Yeah, it's not.
Ooh, 16 gigs of compact flash. 8 gig SD stick or something. What am I looking at? What's that thing up top? 8 gig flash memory.
Is the giraffe your spirit animal?
Kind of. I think one of many.
Mine is the wombat.
Yours is the wombat. Yeah, that's true. If I give you corn, you'd be like...
Or anything that's just going to freak out for a minute and then just maybe sit over in the corner trying to think out what just happened. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's my hair.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it probably is. Giraffe is my muse. Yeah, I'll take that. That is kind of cool looking, but it's kind of like... It looks like retrofuturism, like... Sort of, you know what I mean?
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Can you go in the little tube area?
It's like a castle.
Did we go in the little tube area?
But it can go to space. It's like a space castle. That came out kind of cool. Mm-hmm. The way your legs are disconnected.
You don't even have a body.
It's true.
You skipped one.
No, I just misclicked. Look. He's got you good.
Mm-hmm. Looking good. Uh-huh. What the hell is happening here? If you go up, there's like a ship. What is this?
Look at her face. That's a grim situation right there.
Well, you know. Bit of butter.
Yeah, it's a butterface.
Dude looks like he wants to slam down. What if you brought the little one, and the little one could teach the big one how to get down?
How to get down.
Sammy was like flying, and look at your face. It's cute. The wonderment.
What is that? I mean, what's the context? I don't even know what this is at all.
Just being in space.
Is it space? There's no sand in space.
There's tons of dust.
I can't argue with you. See this? It goes around and around and around. I just want to do this thing where I do this. It's breaking my balls. There we go. See? It's cool. It's like a movie.
Oh wow, yours is really good.
All right, enough of that. You look like the Pope. What do these statues have to do with each other? The alien and
the boobs.
The butterface. Just the Starcraft. Look at how big that is. Like it's a building.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I guess you print it in a bunch of squares and then stitch it together somehow. Like, how do you make that like? And it looks like good. It looks like the resolution of it is probably not incredibly high because of how large it is, but it still like looks sharp. Doesn't look cheesy. The success. So this says, I think, what does it say? Visa is valid not for more than, I think we had like half a year to like use it to go in or something like that, right?
We had definitely thought we were going to be there for
9. Yeah,
a long time.
Yeah, well, no. I think the date of expiry is the entry time. You can enter until September. And then once you entered September, I believe we had 3 months. But we were only there for like 20 days or something like that before we were like, we got to get out of India.
20 days. It was 2 months.
No, we weren't there in 2 months. We were there for a month, maybe.
Yeah, the number 28 stands out pretty hard.
28 or something like that, yeah. The visa isn't censored in the video. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. The passport is long since expired.
Your finger is over your passport number, though. In the video.
In the video, yeah, I did that on purpose, but that's all. That's really all that matters. But
that people are gonna figure out your last name.
People are gonna figure out you call me my last name constantly in the videos.
I don't know how they're gonna figure it out.
I don't know.
What the hell just happened? Some sort of
Mac
inception?
OS. It's just so goofy. Like, okay, you do that, and then you do that, and you get to it twice. And if I bump something wrong, then whatever, it doesn't matter. Chocolate taste. Look at those squirrels. Those squirrels look like they're selling cereal.
Those squirrels look like they're selling cereal.
You know, they look all cracked out. Look at this guy. This is the entrance to the Taekwondo building, like the gate entering into it or something. So the reason we went there, one, is because it was cool, and two, I had a friend who was had just gotten a black belt in Taekwondo right before we had left, and he had worked on it for a long time. He's an older dude, and he worked through a lot of like physical and I don't know, mental is the right word, but just like some problems in his life, and like his outlet through all of those problems and everything was working on his Taekwondo stuff. So he worked really hard on it.
Yeah, I remember talking to him like while we were there, and I think even though it wasn't him, he was still really happy. He so much reminds me of Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the relationship that you had, I think, is similar to my relationship with Ryan.
Yeah, it was really cool to get to just wander around and see this building. Even though we didn't personally have a connection to this, really, it was still like to know what it was to other people and just to have access to this building like this. It was strange.
I have my own like personal feelings about this place because for a couple of years when I was little, we did Taekwondo, and I went and did competitions with Chip, and there were smells and feelings and things when I was sitting in the chair in the video, I know that I'm sitting there thinking about my childhood from a direction that I hadn't thought of in a really, really long time. Just after school activity or whatever, and feeling the challenge of trying to do something well. Yeah, so.
Different Ryan. We have a lot of Ryans in our lives.
Yeah, different Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can still remember how that floor felt. Might be that I felt a lot of floors that were similar to that, but yeah, it just had a texture, and the whole room just reminded me of previous experiences.
This is outside that building. This is at the Chicken Hof. You might be able to find it.
We looked for it on the time before.
And couldn't find it?
I have going back to the lady that made the sandwiches.
Yeah.
I had like anchoring points, and I could feel the grid of the city. This has nothing.
Nice
and
cock.
No, we don't play it at
It
house.
counts when it's like this special. Don't make me squeak that chicken at you.
I think I'm in control of the chicken. So if I were you, I'd stop threatening people.
You're the cock master. Maybe I should set that thing up. So that it wakes an alarm clock in the morning.
No.
You're supposed to be up making breakfast.
You already thought about like making the robot vacuum the alarm
What
clock.
if he came in with the chicken on him and squeaked it somehow?
I can't get under the bed. Give me a photo. Come on. I'm trying to see how much is in there.
Look, it was only 1,000. Didn't we pay 2,000 this time when we were there?
I thought it was... Yeah, maybe it was just 2.
Yeah. Inflation, man. Your waffle prices have doubled. Don't have any pictures of the waffle lady, dude.
We might not in a collective.
What does that mean?
Like, this is where you... Oh, you're going there. This is where you have, like, collected and just decided to show particular ones, and maybe you didn't pick the waffle picture.
I'm looking.
You wanted to show more, like, the situation of the lady, which I think is good.
I don't even know where the... Oh, there she is. Nope. No picture of the waffle lady.
This is tough.
I was looking for the...
Oh, man. There's keys attached to shoehorn.
I'm looking for the a translation of that
Weather's
article.
A little cold. I've been wearing my sweaters again.
Foreigners versus the Republic is how the machine translation from 2010 did this.
Well, think about the machine translation from a few weeks ago. It was fucking miserable.
Yeah, it was bad when we were there. So this is just Eric, Catherine, Street Cheering American Couples Optical Collection. So who knows? Maybe I could punch it back into a machine and get better English now.
Catherine was more
Dressed.
surprising fact is the Korea is not the first time on site would be UK.
We're staring at the big board. Red is almost yeah, it's really horrible. It was seriously like this bad when we were there like 2 weeks ago though. The machine translation Google did was horrible.
War is arriving.
In less than 3 hours.